I think this is gonna be one of the big important videos that you don't want to miss out on because our generation now is dealing with relationship issues, and this is one of the main big things that we are dealing with in society. We're moving into a whole different era, gang. A whole different world that is, I don't know where the fuck we headed. When the people that's fucking controlling shit don't know where this shit headed, but all we know is, bruh, suit up and mood up on bro grave. Can we still have relationships? Traditional relationships have died. We're done with traditional relationships. So that fucking housewife you're looking for, GG's. Don't look for that no more. Right? And so it's just out the way. You gotta look at the way how society's going. That traditional woman that she wants to, you know what I'm saying, cook, clean, be in the home, take care of the kids, all that shit, like all I was talking about with the housewife shit, that shit out the way. You wanting that, woman that's not wanting to show her body, all that stuff, dressing, that shit out the way. Unless if you fucking probably dealing with a cougar and milf, but they has been programmed too. Like I'm saying, like that era of style have started because of them. So the millennial, I can't say this fucking word. The millennials. I don't know if I said it right, but fuck it. You all know what the fuck I'm saying. So don't fucking try to make fun of me. But them people are the reason to a lot of these issues. Right, so they're like the seed. You know what I'm saying? The new era have to deal with this way. That is gone. And even on the guy side, when it comes to values, character, beliefs, that stuff is out the way. Now it's more about your looks and your status, how much money you're making, your emotion, all that shit, all that goofy shit. That's out the way. So both sides is fucked up, right? When it comes to the traditional way. So working. People don't want to work no more. People always want to just do this entrepreneur stuff. It's out the way, gang. Society is collapsing, and I'm just trying to tell y'all just to get rid of this mindset. The concept of you looking for a wife, even marriage, that shit's gonna be out the way, or should be out the way. People still gonna marry and stuff like that, but marriage, the concept of marriage, the wife and husband, the concept of husband and wife, that's done. It's a done deal. Once we understand this from within, and me continue to keep saying this shit to y'all, that traditional relationships are dead, now we can move on to explaining why. Why are these things dead? Let's start with the one-on-one relationship, right? Before, we used to look for chemistry in a person's look, right? So how attractive they are, that's always been like a foundation to humanity, right? If it's like the first impression is your looks. And if you're not, if you don't look attractive, right? Or look like someone, a woman that can, get wet off of, or see yourself as someone that that they can smash, they ain't finna deal with your ass. They're in my position to be in the friend zone, but they ain't finna deal with that ass. And females as well. Like, if you don't look like someone that I can smash as well, but the only thing is like, the reason why it's a little complicated, like, because niggas will smash anything. Just because that's their only option. Still gotta look attractive on bro grave. You still gotta look fuckable. But if your ass look like a monster, you're not getting hoes, bro. If your ass look like SZA from before, sorry, bro, you ain't getting smashed, bro. Your ass gonna be you might have to get a fucking cat to end up licking your shit. Okay, that's the only type of stimulation besides yourself that you're gonna be getting. But it used to be those two things, and those two things created human connection, which we're actually able to bond. This is where loyalty and these type of things were able to form itself and build, establishing family. So you see where that's going? So it's more human stuff. But now we're dealing with a whole different game. Now it's based on looks and material. So if you look good these days, for sure, the cheating thing has for sure increased because materialism, the things you have, the amount of money you have, that shit can fuck around and take so many girls away from your life. Like, it's not even fucking funny. And it can be manipulated at times too. Like, the nigga can be ugly as shit, but if he got bread, he's fucking driving a fucking Tesla truck or some shit. Or a fucking Lamb doing all this shit. A dumbass bitch would cheat on their wife for that. But guess what though? Here's the issue. This is killing long-term relationships. This is killing marriage. And this is forming a lot more baby daddy situations because a lot of niggas will fuck these girls. They can't control the nut. Like, these weak ass niggas. If you can't control your nut, if you nut easily, your ass is fucking, you gotta work on yourself, gang. Because you nutting girls that you should not be nutting in. So it's creating those situations of single mother problems and temporary relationships. Because now we're living in a more materialistic type of world, which only leads to the results of temporary. Because when it comes to humans, when it comes to doing these things, there's just only so much that you can, enjoy from a person's looks to only want to smash, and then you end up getting tired of them because you already smashed it already. So it's no longer valuable to us no more, right? And the looks as well, it can keep us going with wanting to keep you around because your looks, and others might find you valuable because other person may not have experienced you yet. But that's it pretty much. But it's still temporary because if you get older, you don't look the same. You get expired. The materialistic part is only so much you can experience with that. Like so you take so much money, but let's say now you're lacking on your social skills, your personality, the things that actually make you. You're not that interesting of a person, but you got money. You're only gonna get finessed, right? So they're gonna take your money, whatever, put you on child support or whatever evil, devilish strategies these girls be having these days. That's what it leads down to. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't just gonna be sticking beyond girls' ass and stuff like that these days, but we're gonna talk about men as well. Men just using you for your looks, right? And you guys carry so much of a bad reputation to the point that we don't look at y'all as hoes. To be honest, we look at all you females as hoes. That's why we call y'all hoes, because y'all philosophy on life, your ideology it's called philosophy. Yeah, I think I'm the first person that made a shit, to be honest. Maybe I didn't, but philosophy is what you guys are following these days. And y'all think being hoe just because of getting smashed. Nah, bro. It's deeper than that. Philosophy is a concept of behavior and thinking. You know what I'm saying? But we'll get a little more into that. I'll explain that in my next video. Matter of fact, I got y'all on that video for sure. I'll probably make that shit. I gotta do it next week because I got stuff to do this week. I got school and stuff like that. Yeah, philosophy. Okay? So by us men looking at y'all like this, which is changing the way how we are interacting with y'all. Now we just want to smash. Like we don't see nothing long term with you girls. We just want to smash. And if we end up having kids with y'all, then that's when we know we fucked up because we know we don't see nothing serious in y'all, but we just smash by having a kid. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue that's going on both sides. Okay, so that's for the one-on-one things. So the whole concept of human connection has been destroyed because of the concept of the social standards now on what to find attractive. Second thing, social standards when it comes to things we should value in a relationship. Before it was, the money, of course, and the status, like the profession and what you're doing. Because that shows a sign of stability. Okay, this is someone I can, have a family with, live in with, and we're gonna be good. And chemistry. If the chemistry wasn't there, fuck the money, fuck the status. Y'all in a relationship. Because it has to be those two things. And there's sometimes, again, there are small parts of as well. Because we still always have these type of holes and stuff like that. They will deal with you because you're stable. So regardless of how bad you are, of man that you are, actually have money, I'm gonna be in the home, take care of the kids, blah, blah, blah. But now, we're in a different era, which is just based on money and status. You don't gotta be, your personality can be trash. It don't matter. But I'm not here for you. I'm only here for the money and the status. Because the status is what's gonna, on the female side, is what's going to make me, noticeable out to other guys because of you being known, right? And the money part, I'm going to go travel, do all these other things. Not to use my money, but I can use your fucking money though, to have the life that I want to live. And then when I'm done with you, I can just hop on another nigga's dick. Or let's say if you're working and stuff like you're not home, I can use my phone to hit up other niggas because you're not that special. You're not that important. Nothing important about you, but the things around you, it's important. Okay? So why not? The guy side, men are so focused on money and status that they're not focusing on their true self. They're not focused on none of these things. That's what's gonna make them, actually have and keep relationships. A lot of men know how to get relationships because of things they have, but it's not because of who they are, but because of what they have, how they're dressing, what the things they have, right? So they're gonna get relationships, but they're not gonna keep that shit because there's nothing special about them, because they don't know themselves. but they know what they have though. So with that, with you knowing and you expressing out what you have, that's the only thing motherfuckers can see. So that's what we're dealing with on the guy side and the female side when it comes to the social standards now. Now everything is all based around what you have, but not who you are. Now going a little bit deeper onto the home state now. So let's say now people that's actually married or have kids or in these long-term situations. When now it comes to stability, before it was more about goals. People had goals on where they wanted their family was heading and family bonds. People they have family bonds and they had goals. And with whatever financial structure, whether the woman was still working or the males only working, that's what aligned with the goals. And then they're actually able to bond with the family. Like it was like a family bond. Everyone was able to bond together because they value human connection. Now it's just about the money. Why is this? And this is an issue with both sides with regards to stability. The system is now at a level where they need to kill individual independency. Now we got to be more dependent on the system to the point that when it comes to all the strategies we have now that is allowing us to have liberty within our financial life, they're trying to kill all this stuff. So they're making it a lot more harder for humans to survive. So now you need a 2-parent income. There's nothing you can do. You're not gonna have that amount of millionaires. You're just not. That's just not how the system works. You got a lot of people that's going to have to live paycheck to paycheck. And this is causing a lot more stress. Now, family bonds become an issue and goals become an issue as well because you can't head nowhere because your main goal overall has to be about surviving and you get nowhere. Those are the issues now. Now, y'all see what I'm getting? But all those 3 things I just listed is all based around one thing, the system that designed all this thing on purpose. Why? To destroy humanity. To turn us into NPCs. So now you understand this. Now you understand the female nature now, the modern woman. Okay? And now you understand the modern man philosophy. Okay? So now what is the solution to all this shit? Like I said before, one is killing the traditional ways. There's no more tradition. That shit is dead. That shit is gone for. Okay? So now, what is it about? Leverage and positioning. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. And now, if y'all looked at my personal life as well, if y'all were able to look at my personal life, if I was doing vlogs and shit like that, y'all see why I behave with these females in this certain way. And before y'all look at me like, damn, why are you treating these females like that? Because I've been knowing this shit. I've been seeing this shit. I'm telling you, I've been seeing this stuff. I've been seeing where this society was going. But now, as I'm starting to make videos now, why not? Let me just express my ideas. And then y'all can probably much think about it and observe. So it's about leverage and positioning. And what I mean by positioning, you can't think in the traditional way of looking at, okay, let me just find one woman and then wife her up. It's not about that no more. It's about having valuable females around you and then let life play that part. Because life, regardless of what we try to focus on goals when it comes to who we're going to marry, life has planned out already. So regardless of who you're going to marry, things just going to happen naturally. Or you're just going to end up letting a girl and then boom, that's the girl you should marry and, cuff up and shit like that. That's what it comes down to. Regardless of what, you should always have females around and position everyone accordingly. Okay? There's some females that you just don't gotta be talking to. There's some females that you can just talk to one day and then don't talk to her ever again. There's some females that you can talk to one day and you won't talk to her once in a while. There's some females that you can talk to and use her as a way to get other females or keep females disciplined because this girl is she looks fucking fine and I know her. So that being said, if you don't get in check, I can easily cheat on her with your ass. There's just many things that you can use. Or there's females that you don't even gotta be on top of time with, but they know people. They're in an opportunity where of the position that you want to be in. So you can use her accordingly. So that's what I mean by positioning. What are the things we got to focus on overall? Right. So now I'm gonna give y'all a keynote of things that you guys should focus on. One is looks. And looks is all dealing with, your posture, your physique. Make sure your face structure is matching with their body type and your height. I made a video on that, I think I did make a video on that. Yeah, I did. And alongside with the hygiene, what I'm saying, your style, those things overall, your looks is always gonna be decent. You can take care of those things, okay? Money, for sure, getting your money so you can be reliable for yourself. You should also be surrounded around girls that can make money for themselves as well. Vice versa. Like, both of y'all should be fucking making money. And they don't make money, they're not an asset to you, like they're a liability. they're a fucking leech. Okay, so if you're dealing with a woman that's want to use your fucking money, get her out the way. There should be no money talk because she don't fucking make money, and she can't give you no fucking money. So that being said, get her out the fucking way if that's the case. Chemistry is something that you want to build because again, we're still humans. So chemistry, your ability to know how to talk to people, deal with people, is something that you need to understand. So you need to understand that person and connect them naturally in that way, right? And also know your interests and passions and try to surround yourself around people that are aligned with those interests and passions. And that's how chemistry is also naturally can be built. Goals, have goals. And with that, that is going to be the way of how you're going to lead your life and how you're also going to position people accordingly based on your goals. And lastly, management. You better to manage people, manage each person based on their positioning in your life is how you're going to interact with them specifically. Those are the 5 things that you're going to have to focus on. Improving overall in life. 2, not just be aligned with the system, but also be aligned with knowing how to move accordingly in this modern day relationship that we're in. And another thing, by the way, if you still asking for a feeling for a body count, you're lost. Because to be honest with you, let's just be truthful with this. For one, they don't know because it's a lot. It's a lot of count. Right? And, think about it now. If there's so many things that go into you, you're not really going to think straight. You can't think straight because it is based so much to the point that your whole brain is just scrambled eggs. So you're not going to be able to know, right? And plus, it don't fucking matter because they're going to lie anyways. It don't matter. The body count don't fucking matter. We're all fucked. We're all corrupted. Your body count's high. Her body count's high. Everything's corrupted. So none of that shit matters. So don't focus on shit. Just fuck the bitch if you want to. Fuck her if you want to. You can get some shit. Her ass. It is what it is. Okay? But if not, and you end up having kids with her, it is what it is. We're all fucked. Do what you gotta do. I'm just playing. You do anything like that, you gotta go. Okay? But that's the video for today. See you next video, and bye.